Is that better?
How's that?
How about now? What did you do, by the way?
Turned the microphone on.
I thought it was on.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Yay!
Okay. Hey, can you guys hear us now? Apparently the microphone was not on, but it is now.
Oi.
Yay! They say sound's on. Thank you, Brandy.
Oi.
So apparently we were doing a impersonation of Marcel Marceau for a while.
Oh. Where's Charlie Chaplin when you need him?
Oh, absolutely. So welcome. Because we can't, should we actually just like go back and start the whole conversation again? Since they couldn't hear us.
Sure, why not?
Okay, let's try to do it to say that sound like actually this is like off the cuff rather than completely rehearsed. Can you believe it's almost the end of the year? That didn't sound too contrived, did it?
No, Father, pray tell. Is it almost the end of the year?
Can you believe this is the last live stream we are going to have this year? All right, enough of this nonsense.
Woohoo! Okay, so yes, we have a lot of spots open tonight.
We only had 2 pre-books.
Yep, so that's, like I said, we have lots of spots.
Did you write the other name of the other person here?
Yet. I did not.
Was Yvette, correct?
It was, yes.
So we have a Laura Montagna and Yvette. Yvette, what was her last name?
I don't know the last name at the moment. But so we got Annie, we got Brandy.
Anybody else would like a reading? And are Laura and Yvette, are you guys on yet? If so, chime in, because we don't want to have to give away your spots to other people. Because we are here once again to do readings, psychic readings, mini psychic readings with our tarot deck. Or tarot decks, I should say.
Yes, and heads up, it's going to be slightly weird on my end just because there's lots of medications happening right now in my world.
Do you want to explain, or you just want to let them just guess what kind of drugs you have here at the station here?
I have been sick since October, and
we got our first troll.
Oh wow, that took no time at all. But yeah, I've been sick for a while, and it's one of those things where I get better from something and then something else happens. And so I'm just on so many antibiotics right now. So.
But you're still here. You're functional. Sort of.
Definitely still here.
Well, I mean, you're talking, so you're conscious.
Oh, yay. Laura came prepared.
Laura is already here. Excellent.
And with her question, no less. So would you like to explain for the people that have not been here before how
to
do this?
So yes, since we're getting ready to rock and roll here, and again, we still have some positions here. People would like to have some readings here. We are going to be doing tarot card readings. And the idea is that these are mini readings, 3 cards each. They're going to last, 5-10 minutes ish. We're not really watching the clock here.
No.
But the idea is that when it is your turn, you get to ask a question or not. It is your choice. You don't have to ask the question. You have the choice of, for primary reader, you have the Lord Fafnir, and you have the spawn of Fafnir, etc. Even though realistically, we're both gonna pretty much chime in. If you would like to have either one of us, though, take point, please say so.
Yes.
Ask for which tarot deck you would like us to use.
We have options.
We have lots of options. As always, we each come with our separate dragon tarot cards. Red also has her the Swiss 11J deck that we colloquially call the Dark Shadows deck, because it was the deck that was actually used on the 1960s soap opera TV show. And for those who want to dabble in relationship readings, I have my R-rated deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Beat on your own head. You might get cards with some nudity in them.
Heard, Melissa. Don't mind me. I'm just checking comments and writing things down.
While I yak on the camera, you're doing all the comment checking there. So yes, so when it is your turn, let us know which person you'd like to have, which deck you'd like to have, question or not. And one last thing, and very important, give us a number between 1 to 78, because obviously when we do readings in person, we give you our tarot cards to shuffle yourself so you can put your own energy in them. Obviously, in a live stream, you guys can't do that, but we want you to set us or give us some energy. So our decks come pre-shuffled. Tarot decks have 78 cards. You pick the number 1 to 78, which will become the new top card. I literally will count to that spot in the deck, and then you get the 3 after that. So did I miss anything?
Tawny, is this the one you're asking for? This one? Did you want that? Do you want me to put you on? Is this what you want, Tawny, or are you just excited about the deck?
Yeah, she's just being a pill.
So for the folks on YouTube that are commenting that people on Facebook can't see, Ms. D, if you would like to be put on the list, yeah, you can ask a question, but you don't have to. It's one of those. It's totally fine, but also no pressure.
Shannon Roski is also asking for a spot.
Hello, Shannon.
I just saw that one come up right random. So Laura wants the number 42. She must be a fan of Hitchhiker's Guide. Because
Probably.
That's the answer to the question of what is the meaning of life? For those who know that.
All right. Shall we kick things off with Laura?
So then? Yes, let's kick things off with Laura. Could you go back to what her question was, and did she actually say which deck and which person? Because I'm, like I said, you are scanning the comments.
Her question is, what does she need to know?
What does she need to know? Okay, so that's a general aspect.
But has not said number or deck yet.
No, actually, just to give a number, her number was 42.
Okay.
I say so. It sounds like so. What does she need to know? Sounds like it's either going to be a dragon or a Swiss 1/1J deck.
So Laura, we have our dragon decks, the Swiss 1/1J, the Dark Shadows deck, and the Sexual Magic Tarot, like he just explained.
Yeah, the idea is that the Swiss 1/1J and the Dragon Tarot are both all-purpose decks. The Sexual Magic Tarot, for obvious reasons, is not an all-purpose deck. It's a relationship-themed deck. So if you had a relationship-themed question, obviously that's a deck that you might want to choose. Or not, you don't have to, because we can use the other decks for relationship readings as well. But if you have anything else, it's either going to be a Dragon or Swiss 1/1J. And the Dragon Tarot is just it's just pictures of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Swiss 1/1J is kind of, well, it's people and designs, and there's a lot of. It
plays very heavily with symmetry and lack thereof. And so Misty, I've put you on the list. So yes, that can be your question. Just as a reminder, if these spots are not guaranteed if you are not here when your spot is called. So this is one of those. You must be patient and just wait until it is your turn.
Well, apparently, Laura, and you've given a reading to her before. She knows you.
Cool. I honestly can't see your profile picture from here. It's very tiny.
Anyway, and she has asked for Swiss 1/1J, and 42.
Chelsea, you're not, but you could be if you want.
So let's start this process out. Okay. So her question is, what does she need to know, so to speak?
Yes.
Okay, let me get the other dragon, the other decks out of the way here. Set this up.
You are on the list, Chels.
All right, position these for the camera.
You're number 5 right now, Gabby.
All right, you can flip it whenever you are ready.
Flip.
All right, so this is what we have for Laura. We have the inverted 7 of coins. We have the inverted world, and we have the 2 of coins with the commercial written on the side here.
Yeah.
That's the publisher, I guess.
Yes.
That does that. So.
Yep.
So I'm going to flip these over so you actually can see what they look like for real. But these first 2 are, in fact, inverted. So a 7 and 21, 2 and 1 make 3. 7 and 3 combo, and then a number 2 at the end, but those two being inverted. Most interesting. Do you wish to start after this being your deck?
So Holy Earth, Batman. So much Earth. We're looking for an earthly resolution, it looks like, whether that is a financial resolution, a familial, home, whatever it be. We're looking for some earthbound resolution. But also, why do you have the world on your shoulders? You can't pick every battle. You must put some battles back. Going from the 7 to 2 isn't bad, because resolution and then going into what comes after. So this is suggesting change is coming, and it might be a change that you already know about, or it might be one that you haven't seen yet. But it looks like you are in for some earthly change. Would you like to add?
Yeah, I've been studying the symmetry on especially this first one here.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that where there's the whole question of the design, and then there's the color. 7, as you probably remember, 7's referred to as the lucky number.
Oh.
Although it's more like that number of resolution than is anything else.
Needs to find a new home.
Needs to find a new home.
Yes, that would be earthly change.
That would definitely be earthly change. The idea is that according to these two, you have an idea of exactly what you're looking for. And the thing is, I'm focusing on this one here, the fact of it is almost, notice I say almost.
So close.
Almost perfectly symmetrical.
So close.
And to even the point where the little side squiggles here usually are the ones that have a tendency of throwing this card off. Even here, they are almost perfectly symmetrical. Upside down, because the whole idea is that you're actually closer than you realize. Or maybe luck is about to be on your side.
That would be nice, especially
because now this time of year, things are coming down. The last thing you need to worry about is trying to home shop. Interest rates are about to go on the rise again.
Yes.
The whole change of the calendar year always does some screwball things to the financial markets. The resolution ultimately comes out here in the fact of, okay, the one card that you do have here actually is a 2. The decision is made. Well, in some ways you've already made the decision, but the idea is that
you don't know. You do not yet know the outcome. There we go.
But the outcome is still obviously at this specific point unknown. But the cards are right now. They're kind of like saying to you, "Don't fret. It's okay. You are going to basically get what you're looking for, what you need. Not necessarily everything that you want. Again, because this card isn't perfect. It's close, but it's not quite.
Right.
But the idea is that don't carry the weight on your shoulders. And the fact is that you don't have to, see everything through all the way. There are some parts of this that that others are going to be able to help you out with.
And that's very nice.
But yeah, I like having the 2 at the end here. I guess I forget the commercial here. But yes. The idea is that, this one, because again, you look at that one, if it wasn't for the silly letters on that also would be almost perfectly symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the designer had to get his name in there, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the publishing house, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, follow the yellow brick road. Never mind.
All right. So let us know if you have any questions about that, but we will keep trucking along with our list. I haven't seen Yvette in the comments yet. So, hey, Brandy, front and center. And
Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. I know you like that song, which is why I just did that.
And then Annie, you're in the wings. And Gabby, you're after Annie.
Let me reshuffle these in case someone else wants to pull this one again later. So Brandy has had now readings with both of us.
Yes.
So she knows the drill.
Yes.
Let's see what is.
Anything specific in where my new home would best be, says Laura.
Anything specific?
Out of where for those 3 cards,
I
there
didn't-
wasn't really a where.
I didn't catch a where at all. Not with those 3 cards at all. What I did catch though were the things that were the specifics that you actually are looking for are going to basically be there. Not perfectly there, but close enough for that it's for you to actually say, yeah, I can deal with this.
Yeah, if there's something that you found that is that has potential, see where that potential goes. Because yeah, there definitely wasn't a specific where in what we saw.
Yeah, not in those. So Brandy wants dragon and wants number 7.
Okay.
Is she on the right path?
Are any of us?
Living with parents till the winter ends, so Laura says.
Oh, that can be a bit of rough going.
Yes. Okay.
Shall I flip?
Hang on, let me get the.
Oh yes, get them centered.
Get the center with the camera here.
Career base. Brandy says.
Go for it.
On the right path with a career base.
All right. Like the last one, the first 2 inverted, and the second one not. The last one not, rather. So we have the inverted Knigget, or Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire. We have the inverted Death. You have to say it that way. Death.
Okay, Smaug, calm down.
And then, I am fire. I am death. Okay, you've had enough of that. And then the Magician. All right, so turn these over. We have to be extra silly because Sound Guy's not with us again tonight.
The stupid sound guy with his stupid job.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Brandy wants to know, essentially, is she on the right path from a career perspective? Well, I put it this way. You got the fire in your belly here. You're definitely on the offensive, which I think is actually that's your modus operandi anyway.
Yeah.
You have a tendency of being more of that strong male energy, especially from the career point of view. You know, basically, you won't take no slack from anybody. Question becomes is that, do you feel you are on the right path? I know you've asked that question, but the thing is, I'm asking how you feel about that, merely because you have a very emotional card here. This also doubles for the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio being supposedly the most weirdly emotional of the 12 signs.
How desperate are you for a new beginning?
Yes, because after all, death also refers to change. So the thing is, it's kind of like emotional aspects, but also you've asked the question, are you on the right path? Because obviously things aren't perfect for you. Of course, that's a bad phrase because nothing's ever perfect.
No.
But the idea is that, you are already looking at things for ways you could possibly change because.
Well, because also I'm wondering if the change has to do with issues with coworkers / personnel, or if we're wanting a completely different position and or different.
Yeah, it's right. And the thing is, you could stay exactly where you are and do what you're doing. It's not like your job is like, you're in trouble for like losing or something like that. It's more of
we got the drama.
Oh, the drama. Yeah, sanity is one of those things there. So
owner's son. Okay, cool. I was like, who's the magician? I think I found the magician. I love being right.
All right, well, you pick that. Go for it.
Well, I mean, you know how I feel about the magician. not that it's a bad card, because look, the magician has to deal with lying and or not being 100% truthful. Now, is every single lie on the planet a bad thing? Absolutely not. There are a lot of situations where that is the thing that needs to happen, but the whole point is magician means something's hiding something from someone.
Also, the other side of the magician is that when you are the magician, not the one who's actually trying to like pull the wool over someone's eyes here, you're on that stage, you're performing. And the idea is that you are at your best when essentially you are the main thing on the stage.
I'm guessing this dude doesn't work well with others.
That's what I'm guessing too.
Yeah.
And that the idea is the fact that is that because of that, you are not allowed to be at your full potential, because the magician here really is two different people. It's the fact of you wanting to be that, I'm on stage, I have a real kick-ass show to show you guys, but I have to be allowed to actually like do my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes owner's son playing the flip side of the magician, kind of going, well, I'm the owner's son, therefore
silver spoon. Oh, I like that. He is a baby. He sounds like it.
Yes. So, what it really comes down to, are you on the right path? I think you're on the right path. Are you in the right company?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I've been reminding people a lot lately in readings that the only thing that we have control over are how we respond to things. We can't control what other people are doing. So if you like specifically what you do, but you're not being allowed to because of owner's son, yeah, maybe don't get out of the field, but maybe a different company.
What you also can do is you can take the easy road first to basically just make sure that you've tried all the things internally and go to this person or the owner himself or whatever, or both of them, whatever, and just kind of say, hey,
I want to have the opportunity to XYZ.
Bingo. And then say, I'm at my best when I do blah, 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 blah. And you guys are like putting me in a little bit of a handcuff right now and I can't do all that. So how about it, guys? And then watch what the reaction is.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's going to speak volumes.
Yep. I think that's incredibly fair.
Flip.
So go forth.
Go forth, young man.
Annie, you're up. Gabby, you're in the wings.
Oh, Annie's up?
Annie's up.
Yvette, are you here? Are you here, Yvette?
Yvette has not made any indications of her being here.
Wasn't Yvette one of the ones in the movie Clue? Wasn't that one of the characters?
Oh, I think that was the maid.
That was the maid, right?
I'm going. No, they all had code names.
No.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Not the sixth player, but this one of the sidebars, along with the butler.
Now I want to watch that. Can that be a Christmas movie? Yes, Gabby. Yes, you do, dear.
Okay, so do we have anything for Annie? Number, person, question, anything?
Annie has not responded yet, so we might. Oh, there she is.
Three general dragon both. Well, we just did my dragons, so we'll do your dragons this time.
There you go. That works.
And I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Crunch. Who got that reference?
Everyone. If you
that commercial goes back to when I was a kid.
You know that was still on TV when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure it's still on TV. I don't think they've made a new commercial for that.
Oh my god! But yeah, that literally goes back to like the late '60s when they filmed that sucker.
I'm aware.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
And Hershey's still has that same commercial where they have the Hershey's kissing, doing "We wish you wish you a Merry Christmas." That's been a thing for forever. All right,
go for it.
Flippy dippy.
All right, so we have the reverse of what we have. We have the first 2 cards are not reversed, and the last one's inverted.
Hold on, Angela's backing me up. Thanks, bestie.
One of the commercials I miss, especially for this time of the Christmas one.
Oh no.
The Coca-Cola commercial, where they redid it to the "I like to teach the world to sing."
I don't think I've ever actually heard that.
It was actually done really, really well. They just altered the lyrics because what they did was they took the old Coca-Cola. It's the real thing. Coke is what the world needs today, and they actually weaved the two melodies together, and they did it with a choir. It was really cool. And yeah, they stopped showing that a long time ago.
Okay, focus now.
Sorry,
it's okay.
I'll do my Christmas quotes later on. Anyway, so we have the Queen of Coins, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the inverted Knigget of Cups. So now we actually have a complete mixture of elements: earth, fire, and water. And this one, reversed. Turn this around so you can see what the thing is.
We're bookended with protection.
Yeah, different kind of protection though.
Yes, but we're bookended by protection, which I find interesting.
And in the middle here, because Adi didn't ask a question, did she?
Nope, just general.
The decision. But you notice that the dragon's actually veering toward the one, but it literally hasn't grabbed it yet. So it's decision.
It's because also it's from the way I view it, it's definitely looking in the direction of one, but it's equidistant away from both options right now. Or maybe that's just my eyes.
No, I mean, it's like the body leans to the right and the head leans to the left. It's just like, should I stay or should I go now? The idea is that the queen, also for Taurus, by the way, the stubborn one, the queen here, protection, but it basically is waiting for the egg to hatch here. And that's not her egg. So the thing is that's like you're waiting for the prize to hatch out of the egg when it finally does. But it's not like if you like sit on it, it's going to help it hatch. You have to be patient.
Hey, excuse you, get down.
Oh,
there's a cat on the bar.
Yeah, well, she always comes down here when we do these readings.
She does, but usually she curls up behind us. Anywho,
there must be a spirit in the bar right now.
So then let's look at the other protection, which is emotional protection. We have our lance with us and our shield, but they're not super at the ready for use. I feel almost like this is almost protection out of habit more than anything else.
It's like waiting for an order or command. Like what are you actually
a little bit, yeah.
What are you going to do with this? Yeah, okay, you have all the tools. Now what?
Pandora, what are
Speaking
you
of
doing?
now what? I'll just let her go. She gets on camera, then we'll have the kitty on the camera.
That's fun. I just don't want to break glass. But yeah, so should you stay or should you go? Your heart's waiting for orders because I think right now you don't know what to feel because you're in a weird state of in between.
Yeah, it's like you're looking for an inspiration because right now it's just like you're like the proverbial standing out looking at the sky going, universe, give me a sign, anything.
Please. Yeah.
Please help me, I'm falling.
And I don't mean this in a horrible way, but at some point you need to stop waiting for signs and create your own. We don't ever get through anything in life by being overly passive at it.
Well, also the thing is that because again, looking back to the original card here, you're waiting for the egg to hatch. Maybe beyond somewhere you basically say to hell with it and just move on. Because maybe the egg's not meant to hatch for you anyway. You're waiting for it because I mean, it's like if it does hatch, that's a real cool triskill on the inside. But beyond a certain point, you have to actually live your own life rather than just wait for stuff to happen. Forge your own destiny.
Right? Yeah.
The idea is that maybe, yeah, you're waiting for a sign, but the idea is that maybe that sign is not going to come from the outside. It's going to come from within.
Trust yourself, which I know is a sentence that is laughable for a lot of us, but we need to learn how to trust our own selves and our instincts. And like, my God, we are trained to ignore all of our instincts.
All right. Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yes. So sit down and have a talk with yourself. Hey, Gabby, front and center. Melissa, you're in the wings. Shannon, if you are still here, you are after her.
And Yvette still has not, she's still AWOL, correct?
No, this might not be a night where we actually do the full 10, which, you know, hey, that happens sometimes. Well, it's all right. Whatever happens.
There's Lex says, can I ask a question here or?
So Lex, you missed our explanation in the beginning. So essentially you can sign up for a spot if there is one available. If that is what you would like to do, let us know. Oh, look, she's behind us now.
Mm-hmm.
Look, she was on the camera.
She's going to basically get comfy.
I don't know where the hell she went now.
Oh,
she's on the floor now.
All right, well. All right, so Gabby.
Oh, yes, I like that. For obs reasons, Fafnir. What? Am I a little biased, Gabby? Am I a little biased? General overview 17. Do you want dragons or do you
want...
I
guess we'll go with dragons if she really wants, you know. You're a little biased.
This is what we say about the people that we know and love. I might be a little biased.
General overview of what's about to happen.
I know things, so I'll just shush. Thanks, Chels. Chels doesn't think I'm biased either.
Teeny weeny bit. Uh-huh.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, just move. Yeah, there you are. There it is.
All right. Give it a whirl.
Again.
Give it a wave. Meow.
Oh, hey, look, we just saw that too.
Yeah, but this is
in the same position.
Right, but this is the other deck, though.
I know, but we literally just saw that one in the same position.
Yes.
Look at that.
So we have the inverted Ten of Swords. We have the Two of Wands again, and the Four of Cups inverted. So the upside down air, the upside down water, and the numbers all even. 2, 4, but 10 that gets turned into a 1. So that's an odd number there. Interesting. All right. Well.
Gabby says Pandora confirmation meow.
Well, like it says that you have insight, LAMO.
Well, I mean, I do.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I know you have insight. I don't. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I know, so I shall stay shush.
So, okay, upside down or not, that card, ugh. The spider caught in his own web. God, will you stop being your own worst enemy? You think too friggin' much. Shut up there, kid.
Sorry.
As you can see here, the swords are forming a door frame for you, and literally you've got your head lopped over the top here.
Oh, that's interesting. Gabby says the Two of Wands came out in her personal poll this morning. I think you might have a card following you.
Ah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, can you just knock it off? But yeah, acknowledge that sometimes you need to get out of the damn way. I mean, there's the whole thing about being stubborn and yielding, and the thing is, it's never best to be too stubborn. It's never best to be too yielding, because I mean, there are some times you actually have to really basically stand your ground, but there are other times you need to know when to get the hell out of the way. You don't. So you really, really kind of need to have some practice on that, and not thinking you have to have total control over everything, because again, Your own actions are preventing you from actually moving forward. The decision, like I said with the other card, I mean, it's the same thing. 2 is a decision, and here you have the 2 wands. And the idea is that, all right, like we said in the last thing there, is like your decision's made. You're leaning toward the one thing, but you actually haven't made the decision. I mean, maybe you've made the decision, but you actually haven't acted upon it yet. The fire is there. The desire may be there, but you actually haven't physically done it. Mainly because maybe you're scared of the change. Because change is scary. And by the way, that's what this refers to. Another one of those changes upside down. But the idea is that the number 4 here is the end of a phase here. And of course, you have the picture here of the mama dragon coming to feed the little baby dragons, and the idea is that, we all have to play these miscellaneous roles. I mean, in this case, you're representing the big dragon. And so the idea is that it's time, you basically played that caretaker role off and on for various people, and you've been doing it relatively recently too. But the idea is that upside down, because it's time that you move on from this, but you're reluctant. The idea is that, you seem to have a good idea of where you want to go, but a really, really bad way of following through with it. Because there are just some things that you saw that I really need to let go of this, and you won't. You want to make the change, but you don't. You want to improve things, but you don't. And it's just, all right, knock it off. You really have 2 choices. You can stay right where the hell you are, in which case, okay, free will and all that, but then stop bitching. Or drop the stuff, really make the changes, and actually follow through and actually do what the card's suggesting. Do what it is what you really want to do.
And that Pandora says so.
Was that another confirmation, Meow?
That's what it sounded like to me. And came up in therapy. I know what I need to do. I am just being stubborn. No, not you. Love you, Gabby. All right. So
Andrea would like a reading too. Andrea Baldwin. Do we still have a space left?
Oh, we do. Hi, Andrea. Sure, I will put you on the list. You'll just have to basically wait until
yes,
we
if you
call
don't.
you.
Obviously, if you don't mind waiting, because after all, you will come in near the end, so you're at the bottom of the list. But you're on the list, which means you'll get something as long as you hang around for it.
Hey, Pandora. Gabby says thanks. Brandy, I don't know who you're asking. I'm tripping over my tongue.
You're a Leo.
It's the thrush.
I think she's asking if Gabby's a Leo. I don't know what Gabby's birthday is.
I am agog and a gag. Okay, Melissa. It is your turn. Shannon, if you are still here, then you are up next. If not, it will be at the Chills.
Gabby's a Pisces.
I didn't see. Gabby's allowed to tell people her birthday. I'm not gonna just do that on a live stream. So cool.
36.
Surprise me. Surprise me, and I have been feeling super unsettled /
I know we're doing that.
Lately.
You may take point. I'm picking this deck. I got the feel of we got to do Dark Shadows, because she's feeling unsettled, unorganized. She's going to get some very
let's talk symmetry.
Bingo.
Yes, let's talk symmetry. Yes, good. Awesome, Shannon. Thanks for letting us know. So just, have them be thinking about if you want to ask a question or not, which reader and which deck, and a number between 1 and 78. Andrea, that was also for you too.
Alrighty. Let's see what we have for the old Dark Shadows. All right, so let me position the cards better. You're laughing.
I am.
Oh, good God.
Yes. Yeah. See?
Okay.
Flippy flip.
Oh, let me. So we have the inverted 3 of coins. We have the not inverted 3 of swords, and justice, otherwise known as Libra.
So unsettled and disorganized lately. What are you missing? Well, you're so goddamn emotional. What the hell?
Which is funny because she doesn't have any water cards here.
I know, but she's got 2 3s, which
I know. Three is the emotional number.
Which is why I'm like, okay.
Yep.
So we're emotional about what's going on in our day-to-day Earth space, and we're emotional about what's going on in our head. And that sounds like a winning combination.
Remember all of this too is the fact of the 3 of swords in most tarot decks is the picture of 3 swords stabbing a heart.
This is actually the only deck I've ever seen that isn't the picture.
Actually, the Sexual Magic Tarot doesn't have it either.
Oh, I thought it did.
No, it has an infidelity scene, so it still isn't a very nice picture to look at, but doesn't have 3 swords stabbing a heart. And she says the funny thing is that she feels a lack of emotion.
Oh no, is it because have you been putting off listening to your heart for so long that your heart is now just like, okay, I guess I don't matter? Because you got to listen. A lot of people, we push stuff down because we've got so much stuff going on in our day-to-day lives. You have had so much shit going on in your day-to-day that I'm wondering, what have you left on the back burner for too long?
By the way, I'm just going to point this out too, because the whole disorganization thing here. I purposely turn this upside down, or turn this right side, because I want to also take a look at the symmetry aspect of this one, or lack thereof. On the surface, it looks like a very symmetrical card. You look at the detail and you realize that it's not even close. I mean, the basic designs of the 3 circles,
if it was black and white.
No, not if it's black and white. The leaves are all screwed up.
I can't see it as close as you can.
That's why I did this. I kind of went, oh my God, they're not even the same design leaves. It's just like play the symmetry. Is this the same as this? No. Is this the same as this? No. So it's just like, so the basic large designs, yes. All the minutia around it, not even close.
Yeah, and Melissa, you're right. I do have a lot of the backstory. Doing the mom thing while also dealing with surgery and health stuff, while doing school things, while being a small business owner, while you have a lot on your plate, and I think the stuff that you've really had to put on the back burner to get through this period of your life is beginning to bleed into things.
Mm-hmm. You think things are stable. And from a global point of view, you're probably right. You look at the minutia and it's not even close. There's a lot of things that you've had to let go. And because of all those various things that you let go, gave up, whatever, or put aside, and you're not basically dealing with your own needs.
I'm not going to ask if you're happy, because I honestly think that that's an unattainable goal. But what I will ask is, are you content? Because happy is very in the moment. It's very fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
Content is that over a long period of time. Are you content with where you are right now? Because I feel like there are changes that you still want to make that you may not have had the chance to.
And that's, by the way, and now we're getting to this one, the last card, justice. I mean, say it for what you will, but it's more important about the balance. You have to basically find your balance, which is not anybody else's balance. It's yours. And so it really kind of comes down to the fact of holding the sword in one hand and the scales in the other. You have to finally make the decision for yourself what you're willing to put up with and what you're willing to let go.
And also, I think this comment that you just wrote says a lot in sort of helping you to sort of parcel this out. So on the days that you are content and the days that you aren't, what are the differences? What's happening on the days that you are content versus what is happening on the days that you are not content? So basically, what are the things that are making you content, and what are the things that are really taking away from that, essentially?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun thing that really only you can figure out, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you got some work to do. And this is the perfect time to do it, right?
What?
Well, I mean, think about it from one point of view as we're heading into the winter months here. Sometimes winter's the best time to, maybe not physically, but metaphorically hibernate.
Mhm.
And the idea is actually to really kind of, take good stock in what you actually have and what you don't have. And just like, okay, make those, as you sit more quietly with yourself, activity is a little less, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
in the wintertime. And so you really can.
Except for Winter Fair, which everyone should go to. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Well, that's still 2.5 months away.
It's
but
fine.
Yes.
But yeah.
The longest night of the year is approaching in a few days.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that these cards are ridiculous, crazy red flags. They're not, but they could totally develop into that, essentially. Flip.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's next? You got
Shannon. The list. So Shannon, just comment number between 1 and 78, which reader and which deck, and if you have a question or not. Oh, look, there we are. Love the combo reading. Okay, 24 dragon, looking for the possible outcome to a current situation.
All right, so I think it's my turn for dragon deck.
Sure.
I think
that works for me.
I'm sticking.
What's brown and sticky?
A stick. What's brown and sounds like a bell?
Dung! Andrea, we have the dragon deck, which is just tarot artwork, dragon tarot artwork. We have the sexual magic deck, and then we also have the dark shadows deck, which is the one that we just used for Melissa. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, flip it.
All right, there you are.
All right, so she's looking for the outcome to a possible outcome to a current situation.
Oh dear, Shannon, are you a textbook overthinker? Because it really looks like it.
Well, now wait a minute. No, you're right.
I was gonna say, excuse me.
Okay, so first off we have temperance, also doubles for the meow. I guess the cats once part of this reading too. Temperance also doubles for the sign of Sagittarius. So a fire card. We have the 5 of coins, an earth card. And then we have the inverted King of Cups, which also doubles for the sign of Cancer. So we have 3 of the 4 elements, which I kind of like. We are in the dying days of Scorpio. I'm sorry, Scorpio, the Sagittarius. We were almost getting into Capricorn, so we were in the last week of Sagittarius with temperance here. The whole concept of re-evaluation. That's what temperance actually means in the dictionary.
Yes.
And the number 14, 1 and 4 make 5. Matching 5 over here, by the way. The number for reevaluation. Yay. Okay. But from 2 different perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
This is the whole point of this one here is
looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yes, this is not mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest dragon of them all?
This is mirror, mirror, help me. I'm having an existential crisis.
Yes. It's like if you remember the old, the movie, the 90s movie City Slickers with Billy Crystal.
Oh, wow. It's been a while, but yes.
But the scene in the beginning of the film, he looks in the mirror and says, "Do you ever wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is the best it's going to be for the rest of your life?
Yep.
And it's not all that good."
Uh-huh.
That's a joke, by the way. But in a lot of ways, it's that this is the whole point of evaluating where you are and kind of going, look, I can't change my past, but I can change my future. So if I don't like the path I'm on, now is the time for a course correction if I have the courage to do so.
Right.
So We move over into the 5 of coins, and let's see what we have here.
We're struggling with the course correction because which course?
Yeah, you're struggling over there because you're trying to you're hovering over this very intense labyrinth, and you're trying to solve the labyrinth from above. Well, good luck with that, because you're not going to, like, ever. We often refer to this card as the paralysis by analysis card.
Yes, and it very much is.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be honest with you. I mean, I tell people when you're facing a difficult situation, it's always good to do a little bit of advanced research.
Well, so something
But
that,
beyond a certain point.
yeah, beyond a certain point, it is no longer helpful. But also, with temperance, those hands that are above the dragon are representatives of your support system, both earthly and not earthly.
Mm-hmm.
The support systems are the things that can help pull us out of our own heads when we're having the paralysis by analysis issue. Do you have people that you can help pull you out of your own head? Because it seems like you're really getting stuck.
Yep.
And then we are the King of Cups.
The reverse King of Cups, the fact of I call the attention to the not so much the dragon here, but the lone wolf, howling at the moon there. Since you asked the question of you're looking for a possible outcome to a current situation, the idea of this one is that don't be afraid of being alone for a while. And
right.
And the fact of is that I don't think that the possible situation that you're looking for, the original outcome I think you're looking for, I do not believe is going to come to pass. But the idea is that when it does not come to pass, I think you come to realize the fact that you never really wanted that in the first place.
It's almost gonna be like a dodged a bullet.
Yeah, exactly. It's like going, wow, whoa, that didn't see that one coming. Did you, sport?
We're really good at gaslighting ourselves and convincing ourselves that we want things we actually don't. We're really good at doing that to ourselves. We live in a world of shoulds and supposed tos. But that's not really very helpful. I will flip it. I will flip it. Flip.
Flip it. All right. Put these back and reshuffle this deck.
It's a court case. Chills. And then after Chills is Andrea. And then final call for Yvette and Miss D. If y'all are here or not, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Wait, who's up next?
Chels, when Chels comments.
So we've got Chels, we have Andrea, and we have
two people that have not shown up yet.
And so Miss D and Yvette, if they are.
Yes, that's why I'm doing last call.
Gotcha.
That was last call just now.
Closing time.
Yes.
Well, not quite, but. Chels.
Oh, Jesus. Wall of text.
Whoa. Okay, hang on.
Main reader Fafnir, but yes. Yep. Biases and all that. Granted, just laid it all out in here. Okay. All right. I read all of that. Did you?
I'm still reading there.
Okay. I'll just leave that up.
Okay.
So.
Well.
Have all yours.
Christmas time is a good time for offering peace. No, actually, I'm trying to like pull a quote from somewhere, and I'm like going, I'm totally. It's not coming.
Maureen, there's an opening available because
that first day with that new tongue there.
Yes, it's the thrush. You remember what I said about my tongue earlier?
Yep.
It's that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Maureen, sorry. We've had 2 people that have not shown up for their spots, so I will happily give you one of theirs. I'll just write you in right here.
I was going to say, yes.
I like I said,
So
I just
yes.
did the last call, and we have not had from.
So
Yep.
Maureen is now on the list.
Yep. Isn't that great?
Yay. Okay.
Let me know when you're ready for flipping. Again.
What?
The middle card.
Oh.
The middle card.
Can there be a peace between us? Peace. No peace. Not being, what's his name from Independence Day.
Sarah, we actually just filled all of our spots for tonight, but we do this once a month. So if you would like to sign up for next month, we can totally do that for you.
I thought we had.
No,
we
got them all filled.
Okay. Very good. Go ahead and do the flip.
Flip. Should I?
Shall the cut be permanent, or shall there ever be peace between us? Well, for the first time tonight, we have all 3 cards facing us.
I like that as a progression.
Yes. We have the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Wands again, and the 8 of Cups. So again, 3 of the 4 elements. While no individual number stands out, this one does stand out. In the fact of, for those of you who are at all familiar with our dragon deck, the swords form metaphorical door frames once you get past the number 3. But at every single card, there's a problem. And the problems vary, by the way. But the 7's the only one where there is no issue. There's no, the dragon's not doing anything stupid. There's no earthbound condition, which is preventing the dragon from getting through.
There was an issue.
Well, as a matter of fact, the dragon has gone through.
There was an issue with the getting through, but it is not there. So
yeah, there's actually 9 swords in this card. There's 2 little ones.
Behind the dragon, there are 2 swords that were supposed to have been the blocking factor. But the dragon went, excuse me, I'll just move these.
Just knock them out of the way to basically get through there. The idea of, okay, you did what you had to do.
Yes.
You finally went through the door frame rather than basically allowing yourself to get blocked behind it all the time there. It's just, the decision, this one, now you got to live with it.
Also,
you pulled it.
Also, those are 2 dragons that you're backing away from. They're not in the foreground with you. I'm going to just point that out.
Mm-hmm. Now, the idea is that, can there be a peace between us? I'm going to basically answer your question, but the thing is, I'm going to caveat with this one thing, in the fact of, you have no control over their free will. You may want to ultimately want to have a peace between you, but if they don't, then it's not going to happen.
Well, also, I'm going to take that one step further, actually. Chelsea, it's not your fucking responsibility.
No.
So here's the thing that our generation and Gen Z, we're really the ones that are starting to harp on this in a general way than previous generations. But parents are the ones that choose to bring children into the world. The child did not ask to be here and is not responsible for being put on this earth. Therefore, any kind of relationship between parent and child, the onus of developing that and keeping it healthy is on the parent. But it is so often placed on us as the children. So I'm gonna say this. It's not your responsibility to chase them down and try to mend fences. It's their responsibility to try to make right with you.
Unless, of course, you, the kid, was what was causing the problem to begin with.
Right, but we know that's not the case here.
Well, in this case, absolutely not. You're right. So the finale card, to me, says it all. The idea is that the 8 of Cups the dragon following the stream. And this is, by the way, very similar to the Eight of Wands, where it's also, that's a fire card, you also see a dragon following a stream of water. The whole point of following the stream of water refers to you following your heart's desire. You are finally
You're free.
allowing your emotions to take pat here. And the fact is that you're not basically playing any game anymore. All right. Now you're allowed to feel and travel wherever the hell you want to go.
Exactly.
So you did everything absolutely correct, except for one thing. In this reading, you asked the wrong question. Shall there ever be any peace between us? The whole idea of is that Red's right. The peace is going to have to be instigated by them, not by you.
Fuck them the trash.
What is that was good. What was her comment there?
Invites to social things, like, yeah. You don't have to mask that anymore. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things, like when you are a child, yes, masking can often be the thing that keeps you safe, but you are not a child anymore. You're not under their roof, and I don't think they support you in any way financially anymore. So yeah, it really doesn't matter what their opinions are anymore. No.
I mean, do you want to have a relationship with them? Because that's another thing too.
I mean, I think we'd all like to have a good relationship with our parents, but we also really have to sit down and ask, is it feasible?
And sometimes you have to let people go because they're just toxic to you.
Very much.
And if they're I read something on Facebook today with a person who I follow, even though he's not a friend of mine, he's an author from Canada. And he was telling a story today about his grandmother, who was just an absolute miserable person, and he had to live with her for a few years when his parents split up. And then his grandfather passed on, and one of the things they say afterwards, the fact that he died just so he could just get away from her. And as adults, someone asked the question of, I think his sister asked the question of, hey, whatever happened to grandma's engagement ring? And his response was, what, that Horcrux? So yeah, family is blood, yes. But what was the thing that friends are God's forgiveness for your family?
Well, also the phrase that blood is thicker than water isn't the actual phrase. It was truncated like so many other phrases.
Of course.
So the actual phrase is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
That's quite different.
It's literally the opposite.
Like the exact opposite, yes.
Just like curiosity killed the cat. It's curiosity killed the cat, satisfaction brought it back. Polar opposite. Andrea, it is your turn, and then we will be closing out with Maureen.
Alrighty, let me put these cards away. What's Chelsea's last comment there?
With one of them, but with the other, nope. But with them, they come as a matched set. Yep,
Yeah.
I get that.
Grandma's ring was a Horcrux. I love that comment when I read that. I just like, oh, that was priceless. All right, so who's up next? Andrea,
and then Maureen.
Andrea. Oh, somebody wants the red deck.
Oh yes, 8 and both of us.
Did you have a specific question to ask Andrea? Is this just more of a general thing here to see what's coming on down the path, so to speak here?
Let's see.
Meanwhile, I'll get the card set up. I'm waiting for
No question.
No question. Okay. Now, this is freaking hilarious. We've seen all these cards before. Tonight. Multiple times. Especially, you're going to laugh your ass off.
Apparently, we've got like a lot of popular cards tonight.
Yeah, go ahead and flip it.
Right.
For the deck of Sexual Magic Tarot, you got 3 cards which are not sexual based at all.
Nope.
You have inverted Temperance that we've seen.
Huh.
The Two of Wands. We've seen, what, 5 times now tonight in the same
that
position. And Justice. We've seen that one before.
Okay, so are we all kicking off new things in new ways for
And the thing
spending
is,
our time and energy?
Temperance was the left card before. Justice was the right card before.
Mhm.
Like going, all right. You know, and yeah, and the idea here is, you know, and by the way, this deck is not all about quote sex. It's not. It's a relationship deck.
Yes.
And you know, and you know, and actually the actual number of actual cards with nudity is the minority of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you get an awful lot of cards which are like this, which are more benign or more just aspects of things, you know, starting. And the idea of, okay, Temperance, again, the dying days of Sagittarius that we're in right now, you know, reevaluation. You know, in the dragon, it was the looking at the picture of the dragon or looking at the reflection of it in a pond. Here it's the lady who's just meditating as she's pouring liquid from one beaker to another, you know, and it's that whole idea of really evaluating and just like going, okay, where are we going now?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we want to go? Where should we go? Because that's a really important question, because if we're pulling the relationship aspect perspective, Two of Wands, again, in the Dragon card, that was the, hey, you got to make a decision, left chalice, right chalice, leaning one way with the head toward one of them. Here, we have the Two of Wands, also a decision. This is a little dinner date. You know, we have a nice little man and a woman in a tavern here. They got some nice food in front of them. And you can see on the table here, she's starting to play a little footsie with them.
It's a nice, very emotionally intimate.
It's emotionally intimate, but also Wands in this deck for fire, more of the lusty aspect of things. This particular suit has a tendency of having some of the cards which are a bit more, shall we say, aggressively sexual.
Mm-hmm.
This obviously is the starting point. Who knows where this is going to go? It has a nice beginning to it. You know, and the idea is that male and female energy, by the way. So don't be confused and say that, oh, I have to be the female in all these cards. No, you don't. You could be the guy.
We all have all the energy.
We all have male and female energy, and it flip-flops back and forth, you know, from time to time. So now it turns out, does it really matter? Who's being the more aggressive one here? It's actually her. He's actually just leading in, having a conversation, trying to, and obviously he has engaged her, so she's responding by saying, hey, maybe this can be more than just, you know, a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Justice. Again, the same concept of holding the sword in one hand and the scales in the other. In the Dark Shadows deck, the person was standing.
Yes.
In this one, she's sitting. Does it make that much of a difference?
No.
Not really, other than maybe she's a bit more comfortable.
It's a really interesting array.
But the idea is that the balance is there. Where do you want this to go? Because it sounds like you're starting off a situation which can be very, very fantastic for you, and can also show you more of a balanced side of things, because maybe you're used to things which are being a little bit more out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that, okay, so now you get a chance to either have someone show you what true balance is supposed to be like, or this is your chance to actually kind of say, you know what, I'm going to start off this thing differently. Therefore, I'm going to make sure this is properly balanced. And it all starts with the whole point of the Temperance. The idea is that, what are you actually looking for?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, if you are the lady over here, you're grabbing the gusto, so to speak, here.
Which, hey, if you want to be more active and less passive, go for it.
Mm-hmm. But I like that array. I mean,
yeah.
This particular deck in here, because it's a relationship deck, there's a lot of cards in here which are like not so nice.
Right.
You know, and you got 2 cards which are essentially, you know, 2 benign ones, and one which is a nice starting point.
Yes.
So, do you have any comments on that, Andrea, before we move on?
And after that, we'll be closing with Maureen.
Maureen.
So, Maureen, give us a number between 1 to 78, which deck you would like, and which reader, and if you have a question or not.
And I will Shuffle this one just in case she asks for the red deck as well.
Ooh. Do, do,
Do.
It's what Andrea says what I've been working on for years. All right, and then Maureen says,
Oh, she wants the red deck too, apparently.
very nice. Going through a dark night of the soul, energetic nightmare universe, kicking my ass the last few months. Went through a rabbit hole. Am I getting to completing this long, hard journey? Well, let's find out. Let's find out.
Okay, so 55. Well, I just shuffled this thing.
Yeah. Look at you. You knew. Look at you go.
Yeah, it's like I'm psychic or something, right?
So much card counting.
Yeah. 55 is one of the power numbers, too. Me and my old numerology. I don't have to really do much numerology tonight.
Well, we've been having so many repeats.
Oh, I know. That's the thing which was just funny as heck. Do we have any repeats on this one? No. We have all different cards.
Ooh.
All right, so let me position these. So what'd she say? She has been going through a dark night of the soul. Is she coming through here? Go for it. Flip it over.
Flip.
All right. 2 inverted. 1 not. Actually, we did see, I'm sorry, we did see this one before. The queen, an inverted queen of pentacles, queen of earth.
Ah, yes, but you're not protecting an egg this time.
No, not protecting an egg. This you have a little footman at your knees there. The 2 of swords, and then the finale card here is the inverted ace of chalices. So we have earth, air, and water. So, well, let's just basically say you've been going through a dark night of the soul. Yeah, absolutely. Taurus, earth, oh boy. Stubbornness. And the idea is, again, the whole point of male, female energy. Where were you in this card? Guess who? Are you the queen? Sorry, you've been the footman.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Having to metaphorically service the queen and all that pain in the ass stuff that goes along with that.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm helping.
He had it coming. Troll.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. So the idea of you want to know essentially how you're going through the rabbit hole, basically seeking knowledge. Are you getting to the end of this journey? Well, you have the combination of the swords, air, and water emotion. Now, I'll grant you this was upside down, but a 1 upside down, by the way, is still a 1. This card is like kind of going, all right. These 2, again, very, very different. Who are you? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say on this one, you happen to be the female here because this is a little bit of a introduction, shall we say, a bit of a potential foreplay going on here where the man is tickling the lady with the rose under her chin. And the thing is, in this deck, when there's interactions going on here, what's really key to look for is what are the facial expressions of the 2 people, because there's a lot of cards in here where you see everyone's happy, blah, blah, blah. And there's a bunch of other cards where one of them is having an issue. Someone's happy and the other one's like, I don't think so. So not here. These are 2 very happy people. Now, again, I'm thinking that you're her because essentially is that since you're looking for coming out of your situation, well, you're looking for a positive anything coming your way. Having a metaphorical man here offering you a rose and kind of like doing a little foreplay, tickle under your chin there, and you're kind of like, hey, this is kind of cool.
Yes.
Now, are we actually referring to a relationship here? Not necessarily, because after all, your question really isn't referring to that. The idea is that you want to know, are you getting through this journey? And the idea is that you've been through hell, all right? Here is your exodus back with someone who actually is like normal, or shall we say good energy for you, because this energy sucked. So here we have good energy finally. As it turns out, are you then turning into a situation where you can actually turn this from a, hey, this is kind of cool.
Looks like we're getting into an equal partnership.
Yeah, bingo. This is actually, from my point of view, is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Aces refer to new beginnings. Chalices of water, because now you're talking about an emotional thing here. And you look at the picture here. Yeah, it's a man and woman in bed, and you can tell that there's sex going on here. But the idea is that there's modesty. They're covered. Unlike in some of the other cards, some of the suits where there's no coverage because it's all about more of the lust aspect and the physical desire.
This is much more of the partnership.
Yeah, this is a partnership. This is about the emotional aspect. The idea is the fact that you can tell that these two are into each other for, yeah, they may be having, I also, you probably know the difference between lovemaking and just sex. Big difference. This refers to the whole lovemaking aspect because it's an emotional bond that goes above the actual physical bond.
Yes, very much.
So yeah, your concept, yeah, no more Jekyll and Hyde. No, coming out of this whole thing.
But as a progression for I feel like that's a yes.
Yeah. Thing is, this is the whole point of, ich to, okay, nice to, whoa.
Yep.
It's cool. It is a nice positive progression. So to answer your question, are you getting through this? Yes, you are completing the journey. Yeah, I'm not, whatever. I'm hoping that you actually found the knowledge you were seeking, but I think you actually learned a lot more than you originally planned for, because an awful lot of what you learned was things that you wish you actually didn't have to find out. But
yeah.
Oh well. That which does not kill you has made you stronger.
Yes.
We like to say that anyway. And that is what we have for that. I don't know if you have any last minute questions, comments on that, but that was a kick-ass spread again for a finale reading.
Yes, that was quite nice. I like that. Shall we end with a commercial?
If you would like to end with a commercial.
We don't have a lot coming up, just because, winter. Now we get to have a little bit of a break. But in February, we will be doing the Vermont Winter Renaissance Fair at the Champlain Valley Expo.
Which I think it's the first weekend in February.
Yes. And we won't be doing readings, but if you come to Burka, which is at the end of January, Sound Guy will be selling his leather.
Of course, you can book us for private sessions.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of private parties of late. Maureen says, "Is there a time frame?"
A time frame. Well, let's see. Based upon these cards, I would say no. So let's draw a fourth card so we can actually get an answer for. Whoa.
Oh yeah, we're just keep going.
Oh, flip the.
Yep.
Let me put this over here. Time frame. 3 of Chalices. One of the okay, now this really is one of the more physical pictures in here.
Heart on heart.
But the thing is the number 3 and the suit of water. So 3 is of the heart and the suit is of the heart. So but from a time frame, you want the magical number 3. Okay, so what's coming up in 3 months from now? Oh, the 3rd month of the year, March. The season for Pisces. The symbol for love. So okay, we'll go with the whole we'll go with the 3s all around thing here like that.
Yep.
So also the beginning of spring. I mean, right now we're about to head into the winter time, so we get to have that whole vernal equinox concept.
Yes. So
it's a good time.
Yeah. So that's what we've had for time frame on that. And thank you everybody who came and watched us.
Yes, thank you much.
Sorry to some people who asked that we just did not have time to get to. That always does seem to happen.
Always.
So on that note, you can see us when we come back after the new year in January.
Yes, middle of January. Again, we do these things once a month.
And
typically
it's usually
mid-month. Thursdays are our nights, and so yes. If we weren't able to get to you tonight, let us know, and we will put you on the list for January. We hope that whatever holiday or holidays you are celebrating, you have the best of times. 'Tis the best of times is the worst of times.
Okay, Charles.
Well, hey, I didn't do a quote from Christmas Carol, which is also Dickens.
I know.
You don't want me to because you're sick of hearing it.
Like I said, it doesn't feel like Christmas to me because my brain is still in Halloween mode because that was when I was last healthy.
Maybe you should have watched The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure, okay.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. No.
And on that note,
merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. We'll see you in 2023.
Yeah.